This is Uriel, LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Sir, what do you think about Iran and the threat that they're posing towards the nation of Israel?
They said quite clearly they want to wipe us off the map, so I think that's pretty clear.
Do you think that Ahmadinejad, if he gets his hands on the nuclear bomb, will he use it against Israel, or what do you think?
I think probably the bigger threat is their proxies getting hold of it.
The Islamist extremists?
Hezbollah, even Hamas, Al Qaeda, any one of those crazy Iran proxies.
Do you think that the Obama administration is doing enough?
Well, I'll tell you, honestly.
You can be honest.
Honestly, I think that peace is better than war, and as long as he can keep the American people out of war, or they've just been in Afghanistan disaster. They just got we got Iraq, it cost us a fortune. Total disaster because it's right back where it was. So that's why I think Obama's kind of holding it off, the war to come, and I don't want to see the war to come. Frankly, are they doing enough? Maybe they're not doing enough, but so far the world is not in a big war, so that's good for me.
But you want peace, no?
Of course, everybody wants peace. Even the radicals want peace. They want peace without certain people.
But there's a big problem with the radicals because every time they fire rockets towards the nation of Israel to Sderot, Ashkelon, then Negev, even as far as Beersheba, they call for a so-called truce. Yet they rearm and start firing rockets again, so they cannot be trusted.
Well, of course, they play the same game over and over again. And the Israelis play the same game, turning a blind eye. Those people down there in the south, they're expendable. And it's if you live in Tel Aviv, you gotta, who cares about the people in the south, right? Your oxes are being gored.
But 2 Fridays ago, a soldier was killed by a Hamas terrorist which infiltrated the Gaza Strip, and he came to kill soldiers. And unfortunately, we lost this soldier. So I believe that Israel should take action and take it now.
The normal response would be to go in there and wipe out the terrorists, which they have the ability to do. But they don't want to start a wider
conflict,
and that's what's been holding them off for years. Actually, they have the ability to do it. It's just that this country is still mired down with this concept of what will the world think, and we're we got our hands tied. We tied our own hands, and this has been going on for like 60 years.
It has never stopped.
Never stopped.
And it will continue.
Of course.
Right within Israel, we have known terrorists. You go to Hebron and you go parts of the West Bank, Hamas, and now they're saying that even possibly Al Qaeda is also within our known borders.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that the leaders, Ariel Sharon once said, the view from the top is different. So all I can think of is that when the leaders, the top leaders, see what the big picture is, so they'd rather have a few casualties than have mass casualties.
Do you think we're going to have a conflict soon, either with Lebanon, Syria, or even Egypt, now that the Muslim Brotherhood has taken over?
Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. But the longer we can hold it off, the better it is.
But what do you think about this fence they're building towards the Egyptian border.
As I understand it, most of the infiltrators did not get here by foot. So if you think about it, those infiltrators were brought in by these coyotes that
The Bedouin?
specialize. They specialize in smuggling. So the wall's not going to do very much of anything. Because as long as the people over there are paying a fee to the coyotes, they're still going to come.
So we want peace.
Israel wants peace desperately. I think everybody wants peace, you know, ironically. But they want peace on their terms. The Hamas wants Israel gone on their terms. And there'll be plenty of peace.
Well, Abu Mazen wants the entire nation of Israel to be called Palestine.
Absolutely.
Why negotiate with a known supporter of terrorism?
He's pretty transparent. He tells it like it is. Why don't we listen? Why don't we listen?
Yeah, we negotiate with him time after time after time.
Well, actually, again, it fits the pattern of the world is happy when you're negotiating away your land. The non-Jews are very happy with the Jews when they're always negotiating away their land. So as long as we keep doing that, it keeps the goyim happy.
Yeah, but we have to understand that Bethel, Al-Munah, that community, will be uprooted, and these people will not have homes. Yet on the other hand, Netanyahu came with a 3-point plan saying that for every house he will build 10 more.
Yeah, but it's the precedent. It's the fact that we haven't learned
from Gush Katif.
From Gush Katif, we didn't learn it.
10,000 Jews displaced.
It's you know, I thought we had learned a lesson, but apparently we have to keep learning it.
We got to go back to the drawing board and see whose land was promised to.
We have weak leaders. We have leftists in the government that set these people up, and you know, the Supreme Court, they were just dupes. They got duped. Everybody got duped, but willingly duped. You know, we go like lambs to the slaughter. This is our pattern for 2,000 years.
Why go back to Egypt, no?
Well, it's pretty, actually, look at this economic situation in Israel. It's pretty damn good compared to Europe and America.
Absolutely. 22 shekels an hour doesn't take you a long way.
No, but relatively speaking, people are employed here.
Yeah, but a lot of people are living in the minus, depending on the banks.
Okay, but that's always been that. That's the Israeli way, is to go in the minus.
I don't want my wife in the minus. I tell her, you need to get out.
Actually, the banks are the ones that started it. They conditioned the people, they trained the people to be in minus. They said, oh, take a loan. In fact, the other day I got a call from my bank. You want to take a loan? Come on, man. You know, so,
enough is enough, no?
Well, it's enslavement. When you give somebody a loan, you enslave them. And most of the people that are in minus are slaves. They'll work till their dying day to pay that mortgage and that loan off. And if they don't get them, they'll get the co-signers. So,
but we want peace.
Israel does want peace, yes.
And this is the land given to us by Hashem.
Absolutely.
Not an inch to the Palestinians or so-called Palestinians.
There's no argument. There's no argument in this world that's going to convince the non-Jews that we own the land. The only argument is that God gave the land to the Jews, and that's why it belongs to them. Not because of the UN, and not because of the Balfour Declaration and all these other peripheral, because nobody's going to buy that in the end. The only thing that they're going to buy is when Hashem arranges that all Israel's enemies bite the dust. That's going to prove it. It's coming down to that, Armageddon.
This is Uriel, LTP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Shalom.